Yo, what's up? We are back with some more Melty Blood news, and this is some big news for Melty Blood type Lumina. So if you don't know, Evo top 8 for Melty Blood type Lumina just happened, and it was phenomenal. Like, seriously, that grand final set was definitely probably my favorite type Lumina set to date. But anyway, that's not what you're here for. So on the social medias of Melty Blood, they just shadow dropped all the news that we wanted to know about the upcoming patch for Melty Blood type Lumina, and there's a lot of huge W's here that we definitely got to talk about. So first and foremost, there was a video that came out along with this. It was a full video that was apparently planned to be shown at the Evo timing, but I guess the timing schedule was so strict that they didn't have time to actually show the video. We're not going to go over the whole video, but there's a few bits inside of the video I definitely want to pinpoint out. The developer actually go on record and talk a little bit more about the upcoming characters. So NERFS was the first one they talked about, and they said that they are going to be a tricky character. As you see, a tricky character that is very lively to play with. However, is going to be the usual caveat. She's a lot of fun with a fun move, satisfying to play with, but could take some effort to win with her. So she's probably still going to be the joke character that she is known to be. And then, of course, they had to show off Mash, of course. So Mash, according to them, is going to be a character that's going to be a lot more straightforward. So we can see right here, they're going to talk about it right here. It says Mash is a standard fighter with a lot of straightforward moves that are simple to use. So very straightforward. She uses her massive shield with a lot of quick attacks to close the gap quickly. So they want her to be a very simple and straightforward character, which makes sense because of her being from Fate. So they want to pull in more Fate people. And how else would you do that? Of course, more easily would making a character a lot more easier to play. And if you wanted a more concise description of the character, says NERFS is a very tricky character with lively controls, has a lot of funny attacks with more jokes and references than ever, requires a lot of practice to win with in versus battle. And says Mash is a standard fighter with a lot of straightforward moves, uses a massive shield and a lot of attacks, can close the gap quickly, and often win hit trades, a good pick for beginners. So those are the two archetypes of characters that we're going to be getting. NERFS is going to be a little bit more trickier with a joke character and stuff, harder to win with. Mash, a very beginner friendly character. And lastly, before the main thing we talk about, they showed off this nice chart right here, just showcasing the sort of timeline that the game has been through, showing that we're going to be getting these two characters in the summer, and of course the winter characters are going to be coming, which we don't know, but we're going to be having two more characters going to be coming this winter. So look forward to those as well. And of course, all this content is completely for free. So we're getting brand new character, stage, you know, they got their arcade mode and stuff like that, along with new music for every single character that we get. So a bunch of free content for Melty Blood type Lumina. It's a good time. And finally, it's time to talk about the huge changes to Melty Blood type Lumina. So the planned battle system adjustments. Battle system adjustment plan. General adjustments to increase the level of freedom and allow more personalized experience. So they're going to try to increase the different things that you could do, just more variety inside the game. You know, they want to see a lot of different things. They like, you know, people are going to optimize things, but they want a more sense of freedom with inside the game. They want people to feel like they're restricted, which is great. Various system control improvements, adjustments to highlight character distinctions, added new moves for characters. So some characters are just going to be getting straight out new tools, right? Brand new moves for characters are going to be coming within this balance adjustment. And it says keep existing combos usable and adjust the combo system to allow for new combo creation. So they want to see people do new combos. They're going to just change the way the combo system works and keep the way the combos work naturally. So if you're using the same combos, you want to use those by all means. But if you are a little bit more the creative side, they don't want to have it to where it feels like you are restricted from your freedom. That's why they want to sort of restructure the combo system in this way of freedom. Now, talking about the one that's going to make so many people happy is the new changes to the shield system within Melty Blood type Lumina. So now it says they're going to re-examine frame values such as increasing recovery and weakening. So they're going to be talking about just different frame values of the shield and how it works and stuff like that, increasing recovery so you probably get easier punishes and stuff. Reducing move icon on successful shield from 2 to 1. So when you use it, you're no longer going to get 2, you're going to get 1. So just overall, just nerfing shield as far as its usage, right? Moon icons will now gradually deplete when shield is held. So if you know, when you're holding shield right now, there is no penalty, right? If you know older Melty Blood, when you held the shield inside of old Melty Blood, it drains your meter. But they don't want to drain your meter in this game. Instead, it's going to drain your moon icon meter. So that's going to be less times you're going to be having activations because it's going to be gradually depleting the longer you try to hold that shield down. Then the next one is sort of a buff to the shield, actually. It says remove landing recovery when jump attacks are shielded. So in the game currently, when you actually jump and attack versus somebody and they shield you, there's a timing where people will delay into like shield A, and it will basically beat anything you could do because of the landing recovery. You try to shield back, they'll punish you because of the landing recovery. And if you try to do anything else, basically, if you don't do anything, then they just sort of hit you because you'll just land on the attack. So it's like Either you shield back or you don't, they still get the punish. That's why if you shield something, it's probably like the best anti-air with the delay A. They're trying to take that situation out together. That is what that change is for. Now, talking about some changes to shield that will make a lot of people happy, making mid-attack blowback B and C attacks unblockable by the crouching shield. So if you have a move that you can charge and it is on the B and C normals and they're mid attacks, then they will just straight up just be unblockable by the crouching shield. So you'll just blow that up and it'll be a fatal counter starter now from now on. So say if you have like a charging shoulder tackle or any sort of just move that's just like a mid or something like that, this is going to beat that from now on. Now, the one thing I definitely want to test this on is if you have like sort of like a mid projectile, right? If you have a mid ground projectile that also has a charge state on a B or C, does that count as well? Like, that's something that I definitely want to see as well. But then also it says make blowback edge force release unblockable by crouch shield as well. So blowback edge force release is basically the heat, right? So this is, I believe, the fully charged heat. So this is trying to make it to where there's going to probably be less OSs on heat now, right? Because the heat is something that a lot of people are OSing, but the crouch shield is no longer going to be OSing it. So this will probably still be an OS for it if they use the stand shield, but that is a little bit more of a risk that they will have to take now, because now that they're doing the crouch shield with the next thing we're going to talk about, this is going to make things a little bit more interesting. So from now on, standing shield against mid-crouching B and C attacks, and then crouching shield against standing B and C attacks will now fail and convert to a special guard. So if you are stand blocking, and if you have a mid-crouching B or C, which I don't think there's a lot of characters in the game at the moment that still has those. Most characters have like crouching B and C attacks, I believe now. Name one if you know one. I think everybody actually has one now. But if you don't have one, then you'll go into this special guard state. And this will definitely probably happen for the standing version a lot. It says when converted to guard, shield counters cannot be used. The character will take chip damage, and they will lose another moon icon for the total of 2. So basically, you know, if you use the shield and is an unsuccessful shield, you'll lose one of your moon icons. That's just something that's built inside the game now. Now, it will count as an unsuccessful shield as well, and you'll lose 2 icons. So it's, once again, just making it to where there is less things that you can do as far as the amount of moon gauge you get, right? So you get 1 successful. Now it used to be 2. Now it's just 1, and now if you hold it, it depletes, and now if you're unsuccessful on this, you lose 2 as well. So the amount of moon gauge you're going to be gaining and stuff is going to be sort of slowed down. They want to slow the pace of the moon gauge and make it to where it's a little bit more riskier. You're actually risking a resource when you're doing these actual options. So this is pretty good, right? Now it's not going to be as crazy as Atchers Again Current Code, where actually you get an actual punish on the person, but you're putting them in a state where they can no longer use shield counters for like a period of time, because it says shield counters cannot be used. So shield counters can't be used. They will take chip damage all of a sudden, and they are losing resources. So you put them in a very disadvantaged state, and you don't have to play the mind game, right? There's no mind game to play. So there's no shield counters or anything like that. They just force the block, and then they're going to be taking chip damage, and they're going to be losing some resources. So you are mitigating those type of interactions completely when you actually do the right thing versus shield. So say if a person likes to crouch shield and you know this, you can sort of do like your block string like 2A, 2A, 2B and make that a true block string, and then sort of delay the 5B, and the standing 5B will actually now beat the shield, and you won't have that shield interaction no more. So you can sort of make your block strings in a way now to where you can sort of read where the person is going to be shielding, because crouch shield was so strong because it was beating mids. Now that isn't going to be the case, and you can sort of make your opponent punish your opponent for actually just holding the shield in those directions, and you don't have to take the interaction. Super good change. The way it is not super punishing like the old games, but you're also being rewarded for the right type of offense that you're doing compared to the defense that your opponent is trying to actually implement. Some other good changes that a lot of people would definitely be happy about is neutralizations. So neutralizations, again, is the wording that the developers like to use for the class system in this game. I don't know why it's called neutralizations, but that's what it's called. So neutralizations is now prevented when hit with a standard move from the back. So now if you are sort of behind the opponent, I don't know, if they're doing like a charge JC and you are sometimes behind them, you're not going to be implementing this sort of thing happening. It's not going to be happening, right? If you like run behind them, or you like sort of just get behind them somehow, this is not going to be happening. So you don't have to worry about that. Also, neutralization has been less likely for more powerful moves like invincible skills and EX specials. So this is something that occurred before, right? Like say if Shikitono was doing a charge 5C and all of a sudden you try to react with like a DP, and then you're clashing with him because of the clash frames on the charge 5C. This is something that's no longer going to happen anymore. You don't have to worry about this. It's going to less likely to happen for more powerful attacks. They said like invincible skills or EX specials and stuff like that, right? So your specials that are EX or your invincible skills are going to have a little bit more priority over these sort of other attacks that have the clash frames on them. Moon Drive and Moon Skill are both taking some nerfs as well, so remove the throw invincibility from Moon Drive. So when you activate Moon Drive, you know one of the big things is your throw, which is whiff, right? So if a person is going to activate, they'll be still invincible. There's still an invincible state there, but if you know they're going to actually activate, your throw will clean out beat it now, right? There's no invincibility on it from throw, so it's going to be strike involved, but it's not going to be throw involved. So it's nice. There's going to be a complete option that is going to just beat it, which is going to be very nice. It says also allow repeated aerial dashes in the same direction in the Moon Drive. This is probably one of the more confusing ones to understand because it says consecutive air dashes in the same direction are not allowed in the asterisk symbol down there, but then the main thing says also allow repeated air dashes in the same direction. So I don't really know exactly what the contrast is from there, but below that is adjustment to make it easier to increase the number of magic circuits when activating moon skills by eliminating the limit number of magic circuits to be increased. So overall, I guess the meter game in the game is going to get a little bit better when you're actually using your moon skills. I guess there was sort of a penalty on your moon skills or your meter gain when you're actually using moon skills. That's something I actually didn't know, but apparently they're going to be increasing that by eliminating the actual limit that there was on it at the time. Air movement is also about to get better inside of Melty Blood type Lumina, as they're going to reduce the time until moves or guard are available after air dashing. So if you know, when you actually jump and then you do an air dash, there is actually landing recovery on that, right? So they're going to reduce the time until moves or guard are available, which is going to be nice. It says going to shorten the landing recovery for aerial dash as well right there. So they're going to be reducing the time as far as when you can actually guard and when you can actually do moves out of the dashes themselves. So this is going to be good right there, and then shorten the landing recovery. And it says during the fall of an aerial dash, it is possible to guard in the air. So as you're descending after your air dash, you can start to guard in the air a little bit faster than what you could before. So just overall buffs to air movement overall, with the shortening of landing recovery, being able to block a little bit better, and able to act out of these air dashes and stuff a lot better, which is going to be very nice. Now, this one for combos, I know a lot of people have been talking about their concerns about auto combos, and this may be the change that a lot of people like. So of course, they already expressed their concern about the freedom within the game as far as the amount of things that people can do, and so this is going to be something that they're going to be trying to do to implement that as well. So it says make combos with specials and others easier to use, enable previously impossible combos. So it's just going to be better combos to do inside the game, more variety of combos overall. They also stated adjustments have been made to make combos using jump attacks easier. So overall, just jumping inside of the game, just doing jump attacks, going to be a little bit easier to land. And display the combo damage in versus battle, make the gauge build up visible in training room. We already saw this if you paid attention to the other trailers, the two new trailers for the two new characters out of the game. They actually showcased a little bit of the damage numbers, which is something from classic Melty. They're bringing it back. A lot of people wanted it, and of course is inside the game now. Now this change right here is a big one for a lot of people. It says enable changes of rapid beat, which is the auto combo of the game input. So enable changes of the auto combo input method. It is also enables mode that allows AB turning off the function and turning off the function only for aerial versions in addition to the traditional settings. So what this means now is you could essentially turn off your auto combo feature. If you want to turn it off, you can turn it off. If you just want to have it for only when it functions in the air, you can make it to where it only functions in the air. If you want to enable it to where it only allows it for when you press the A and B button, you can make it to where it happens for only when you press the A and B button. Or you can keep it the traditional settings way, which is the way it works now. So there's going to be multiple ways you're going to allow yourself to play with auto combos. If you don't want them, if you don't like them inside the game, they mess you up, you could take it off. If you just want to have it in the air because your air combo BC air throw anyway, you just want to mash the button, you can do that. If you don't want, if you just want to have it to where it's AB, you can do that. So many different ways to use it now. This will help a lot of people with the frustrations that they were having with the auto combo system within this game. Now to some more non-game changing changes, but some changes that are definitely nice to see are going to be some changes inside the rank system, right? So Necro mode, we're going to have new divisions as far as the ranks go. So rather than just C, we're going to see C4, C3, C2. So it's going to be sort of a more division as far as the players. It said they're going to revise the rank game calculations for improved playability. We're actually going to have a new rank in the game. So there's going to be a rank called EX, which is going to be above the S+ rank inside the game. So if you're S+, there's a new rank to actually go for, the EX rank. They're also going to improve the change animation for when you actually rank up. I guess it's going to be like a new flashy animation for ranking up. And they're going to improve the search functionality for better matchmaking in general, which is always nice. They're going to actually have some more replay modes, which is also very nice as well. You know, replay is also very good if you want to rewatch your matches, because some of these features are not inside of a lot of fighting games, like the rewind feature right here, right? So they're going to have slow-mo so you can slow the game down. They're going to also have frame-by-frame, pause, and rewind. A lot of games actually don't have a rewind feature. You usually have to, like, just jump back. You have to, like, go to the next round and then jump back to the previous round and then try to fast forward to the part that you want to see again. But having a rewind feature is actually just very nice. It's a nice quality of life thing. Added next round and previous round jump features as well. So just overall, the main things that you will want inside of a replay feature are here. Just everything you want. We already have the fast forward. Now we're going to have the slow motion, the frame by frame, the pause, the rewind. Everything is here. And lastly, a few more changes to the online features. So ranked matches allow selection of player mats during the time between KO and victory screen. So you know that time where you had a really good set versus somebody in rank and you want to play player match, but by the time it comes up, the person probably already quit. Well, it's going to show up a lot faster now. You can actually probably show the person that you want to player match. They can see it a little bit early too, and they can probably, you know, get that player match started a little bit more, because you know, sometimes you just want to play the person again. It's like, hey, that was a good set, let's run it again, player match. Sometimes people are willing to do it, but because of the way it works in the game now, sometimes you probably do, and like, you like, oh man, I probably would have played that guy, but you know, I already clicked it and it's like too late. So it's gonna be a lot easier for that to happen now. Added a pause waiting to pause menu during the training room waiting. Fixed frequent matchmaking errors, you know, just some error stuff like opening the standard pause menu and starting the matchmaking. So just some quality error changes and stuff like that. Enable shifting of the spectator mode by pass. So if you're doing player match lobby stuff like that, this is going to be easier for you to get inside the spectator mode without people inside of your party. And improve the animations on result screens for spectators after battle. So just some nice quality of life changes for the online features of the game outside of the main changes that we're going to be getting along with the characters as well. And that's pretty much it, man. I'm super excited for the Melty Blood type Lumina changes. I know this is going to make a lot of people happy. I hope this put the game back on the map, bro. I hope a lot of people try out this game. It is on sale right now, guys. Just got to keep shilling that. If you have not picked up the game, you're willing to try this game, you want to try a bunch of free DLC coming out, already out and stuff like that, for as far as the characters and stuff like that. The game's on sale. Pick it up, try it out, because this is a good game and it's only going to get better. Anyway, you guys already know. Let me know down in the comments below what you are most excited for Melty Blood type Lumina. Is it the shield changes? Is it changes to some of the online features? Is it just some of the characters are coming? Let me know what you are the most excited for. Is it the auto combo? Just let me know all down that in the comments below. As always, if you like anything I had to say, drop me a like. I really appreciate it. And if you want more from me, follow my socials. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn notifications so you know next video goes live. As always, my name is Dyken, and I'll see you next time. Signing out.